River Dragons is a beautiful and fast-playing family strategy game by Roberto Fraga and Asmodee Editions.
In River Dragons, players build plank bridges across a river and race to reach the other side without being foiled by their opponents. It supports from 2 to 6 players and plays in only 15 to 30 minutes.
Each player starts River Dragons with a player token, a set of 6 planks in the same color, and a hand of action cards. Each player token starts on their starting village of the same color. The stones are placed beside the board, the starting player is chosen, and the game begins.
Now each round of the game has 2 phases, programming and action. During the programming phase, players choose which actions they're going to take that round. They play 5 cards representing 5 actions face down on the table in front of them, and they're in order from left to right.
During the action phase, all players turn over their first action card simultaneously. Then the actions depicted on them are resolved in order. Then, once everybody's finished with their first action card, everyone turns over their second card simultaneously, the actions are resolved in order, and so on.
Action cards will let players build bridges, move their token, and block their opponents. The place 1 stone and place 2 stone cards let you place exactly that number of stones on the islands in the middle of the river. Now, each island can only hold 1 stone, and the stone has to be entirely within the borders of that island. You also cannot place stones on villages.
The place 1 plank and place 2 planks action cards allow you to take that number of planks from your reserve and place them between a stone and another stone, or a stone and a village. Now, if you select a plank that's too short for the gap that you're trying to fill, then you can't put it back in the reserve and select another one. You have to find a place for that plank. If there's nowhere on the board to put that plank, then it gets discarded for the entire game. Now, planks can only overlap on stones, and each stone and each village can only accommodate 3 planks.
Another card lets you remove either 1 stone or 1 plank from the board. Now, a stone that's removed can't be taken from under a plank, and it goes back in the communal reserve. A removed plank can't be taken from under a player token, but it goes back in your personal reserve. And your reserve can hold planks of up to 2 different colors, but you can never have more than 1 plank of the same length.
Movement cards allow you to move 1 or 2 plank or village spaces. Now, you have to step onto a plank that's unoccupied, but a village can hold any number of player tokens. If there's nowhere for you to move, you move into the river and you end up back at your starting village.
Now, the jump card lets your token jump over another player's token onto a plank or village on the other side, and this is the only way you can move through another player's token. Now, if there's no token there for you to jump over, you jump anyway, but you land in the river and you go back to your starting village.
Each player has 1 dragon card that's the same color as each of their opponents. So if a player plays a dragon card in an action space, then for that action space, the action of the player whose color dragon that is cancelled out. Multiple dragons can't cancel each other out.
After each player has taken all 5 of their actions, the starting player card moves 1 player to the left, everybody takes their programmed cards back into their hand, and a new round begins. The game ends as soon as 1 player has managed to reach the village opposite the one they started from, and that player wins. Now, the backside of the board also has an advanced variant where there are no islands in the river and you can place the stones wherever you'd like.
I like River Dragons a lot. I had a lot of fun with it. It's a really cute game. It's very fast to set up. It's incredibly fast to play. They aren't lying when they say 15 to 30 minutes for this game. It's quick. Really, really nice. It's also incredibly interactive. So anything that another player does around the board is going to change your strategy. And it's interactive mostly in a very friendly way. So you're not killing each other, you're just interacting with each other. Now, I do say mostly friendly way because sometimes there's a con in this game where it can come about that one player is ahead of all the others, and so everyone else sort of has that stomp the leader factor and jumps on them to make sure that they don't win. It can happen.
Another thing you definitely have to be careful about with River Dragons is that you don't want to bump or nudge the table when you're playing, because that combination of bridges can get a little bit wobbly and you really don't want to knock everything over in the middle of a gaming session. Now, aside from that little bit of tipsiness, which I think is unavoidable, the components in this game are beautiful. The art is fantastically done, and it's also really evocative of the theme. The colors are vibrant, the wooden pieces are awesome, and I love the fact that of the 6 player tokens in the game, 3 of them are boys and 3 of them are girls, which is great in a family game. I also love the level of strategy that comes into River Dragons. It's such a clean, simple, and fast game, yet there's a lot of thinking that happens, and you've really got to work hard mentally, especially if you're playing that advanced component, or variant. So it really does become an elegant, challenging, but very much a family game.